Hello everybody and welcome to the Mancave. We are live on YouTube.com and Spreaker.com. I'm Raphael Leah here with my trusty sidekick, my trusty ward over here, John Jackson.
Hello, I'm John Jackson. I just want to tell you that we are on Twitter. I'm at John97Jackson. My colleague is at Raph_Aliyah, and we have a new person on our Twitter team, and that is Ethan Illers, and he is at Ethan_Illers. And don't forget our Mancave page where you can send us questions right now and throughout our whole show.
We're tweeting live all show.
We may incorporate it into our show, answer your question, or discuss it. That is at Mancave NY Sports. The NY is capital. There's a capital N in Mancave, and it's all one word.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Now that we got
all that
advertisements out of the way, let's get into what this show is really about, and that is about the sports, is it not?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about? What do you want to start off with?
Well, most relevant thing is spring training just started.
Did just start. The Yankees are right now in the middle of their first spring training game against the Detroit Tigers.
Getting crushed by the Tigers, although they made somewhat of a comeback.
Last I saw, they were losing to the Tigers. I'll try to check that out right now.
It's like 6-3 or something like that.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They had Luis Severino going the first two innings. His first inning was 1-2-3, and his second inning he walked a guy, hit a guy, walked a guy, walked a guy, walked a run in. There was a single in there. He gave up a grand slam as well.
Yeah, but it's spring training. These guys are getting into the swing of things. The pitchers especially, they're not in midseason form, obviously.
Oh, so, 100%, and especially a young pitcher.
But Severino is definitely a guy you want to look at in spring training because he's a key part to the Yankees' rotation.
I think that's a great way to segue what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get a little bit into the Yankees rotation because last week we talked a lot about the Mets rotation.
Yeah.
And rightly so because the Mets rotation is outstanding, but we've talked enough about that. I want to get into the Yankee rotation because this is a rotation that has so many question marks surrounding it. And we're not just talking about health-wise because that is a major thing when you have Tanaka. Don't know what's going to go on with him. He got the bone chip removed from his elbow.
The elbow bone
we
chip.
have Cespedes. Who knows
so many questions. So many questions.
We have Michael Pineda. He's up and down.
He blows up in some games and he pitches gems sometimes. You just never know.
He might have pitched one of the better games we've seen all in the MLB season last year, but
so many strikeouts. Near 20. He had like 19 or something like that one game.
But that's again a rare occurrence, and he's not consistent. But that's what I wanted to talk about because you do have CC Sabathia. Who knows what he's going to do? Who's the ace of the staff? Who would you consider right now the ace of staff?
I would still say Tanaka. Definitely.
You would still say Tanaka?
If healthy, definitely Tanaka. That's the question mark. Is he healthy?
But even with healthy, he's not been pitching the caliber of an ace.
Who's better?
No one's better.
Exactly.
But Luis Severino has that making, but I don't think you could consider a guy that young.
He will be your ace. I say by the end of the year, he'll be the Yankees' ace, but right now you can't consider him the ace.
Oh, no, definitely not.
But he showed good potential
I would say we do not have an ace. I don't think we have an ace of staff. I think Tanaka, of course, is being molded to that role, and will be treated like he's that ace, but I don't think he is the ace. Who starts opening day?
Tanaka has to be Tanaka.
Yeah, I think they're treating him as the ace.
Even if you're an uneducated Yankees fan, you just think Tanaka's your ace. It's common knowledge because there's nobody who's better than Tanaka right now.
Well, on the staff, proven and definitely
right now because he obviously was an ace.
That's the question I wanted to ask you about as well. Who do you think's going to start opening day for the Mets?
That's a tough one.
Because opening day is away this year for the Mets, so they might have started a pitcher that would segue into Matt Harvey pitching opening day at Citi Field.
Yeah.
Who would that be? Would that be DeGrom or Syndergaard? I think one.
Well, see, this is an interesting question, and actually, like you said, they start on the road at Kansas City, and our colleague Ethan Illers will be at that game in Kansas City.
Our contributor.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. That's when the Royals will get their, all the ceremonies for winning the World Series. However,
that's going to be a fun night for them.
Oh, definitely. Not for the Mets though. Watching what could have been.
Spoil it, yeah. Oh no, it's a great thing. It's a great tradition to watch.
But anyway, like you said, who will be the opening day starter. I don't think the Mets are in a mentality now where they don't care who's the opening day starter, because as we saw in the playoffs, they had a really interesting thing. They were trying to make sure, the innings limit, they put like Harvey third. It's all this stuff they were trying to do strategically. It was all strategic. They wanted Harvey to start the home opener in the playoffs, first time ever at Citi Field. They started, who did they start with in the playoffs?
The Mets?
Yeah, the Mets. Is it DeGrom or Syndergaard?
I thought it was DeGrom. I don't think they would start it with Syndergaard.
Yeah, see, it doesn't matter though.
But listen, you have 5 pitchers that are all capable of starting opening day anyway. I mean,
Cologne started last year, and he's our worst pitcher by far.
By far. And you still don't have Wheeler yet, so it's only going to get better and better. We talked about that. Let's move on to a more controversial issue on the Yankees side, which is something we haven't talked about a lot since A-Rod. But we have Aroldis Chapman. We saw some of this coming when the Yankees got him. We were questioning, is he going to be suspended? He had the domestic violence. I want to be very careful when I say it because it is a sensitive issue. It is domestic violence, abuse. Is what he
with his girlfriend in where was it? Was that Florida or was that like?
I thought it was out of country.
It might have been something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Doesn't really matter.
You wrong information. But he did shoot off a gun, and that's what he's getting charged for. He's still not proven that he's ever touched his girlfriend. That's something we want to point out, which is why his suspension is relatively light for a domestic violence charge, I guess, if you would say. But we've seen lighter. We've seen Ray Rice. He got, what was that, 2 games?
Well, see, that's a difference. That's a difference.
Remember, Ray Rice is hard in fact. But go ahead, you talk.
Well, Ray Rice, you had the video and everything, although they tried to cover it up, so it seemed. However, with Aroldis Chapman, there's actually not enough evidence to charge him with anything. So this is Manfred going on his own and saying, we're gonna suspend him because we don't want the MLB to be represented by this without being punished.
Of course he has to be suspended, and I think what honestly the most impressive thing about this is that they were able to resolve it with the league and the player on the same page. Because that does not happen often. And especially, this is the first domestic violence suspension that we've seen in the MLB, and Rob Manfred is in new ground. And I think he needed to make it an impact, because again, we haven't seen anything like it before.
However,
going off Roger Goodell, I guess.
Yeah, we did want to mention last time, and this coincides with the Aroldis Chapman story. Jose Reyes. Yeah, Jose Reyes. Now, he hasn't been banned yet, but they're paying him.
Suspended,
They're paying him to get all this figured out. So
I think
letting him take his salary
for him being suspended. I think now you could almost guarantee.
Absolutely.
He's in the middle of a court case himself, right?
Yes, there's more proof in this one.
Which is going to beg to see now Rob Manfred has set precedents. So let's see what they decide to do. You have any prediction for that? How many games? Let's give an over/under.
Definitely over.
Okay, over under 40 games. You say
over. I would say over.
Over 40 games.
I say maybe about 50.
I'm going to go with you on that, and I'm going to say over 40 games as well. That's something, we'll tweet out that question. I'm actually going to tweet it out right now, see if we get any responses on that. But definitely, I think he gets, after this president's, again, a lot more evidence, and I think that's what went into Ray Rice's thing. Why, not that he got suspended heavily, because he most certainly did not, but I think it's because, that's why the fans reacted negatively towards him, because it was just, the evidence was right in everyone's face, and it's undeniable at that point.
Yep. And our last story on the baseball front, just a funny, interesting story. Yoenis Cespedes has been coming in with these crazy-looking cars, and so Noah Syndergaard said to him, hey, Cespedes, you want to ride in on a horse? So that's what they did the other day. They rode into spring training on horseback. So, yeah, Cespedes brings
all the
great entertainment.
His transportation, I did not see a horse coming.
You start with these real expensive cars, and then you relegate yourself to a horse. But hey, he's bringing entertainment.
I wouldn't call that a relegation, honestly. I mean, when you're talking about
expense, though.
Okay, expense, but horses cost money, too.
Yeah.
But I think that you can't get over what he's doing right now.
Cespedes, he's, interesting, bringing great entertainment, but now we are done with our first third of the show.